Welcome to this quick demonstration of backgrounds and logos in FormMaker, and we'll start off by creating a new form, and we'll call it, let's say, A1. There we go, and go into design mode. Now that's a standard page, so what we'll do is just put in a couple of fields. And there we are, a few fields on there. Now what I like to do is to set a background for this page with a logo on it. It'd be nice. So the way I do that is I need to set it on the page settings for every page, because each page might have a different background. So in page settings down the bottom here, I can go in, and it's this field here that controls what's in the background. So there's some standard ones, such as wallpaper, and wallpaper there means you've got to look at this field here, wallpaper, which if we set it to Regency, for example, this has a picture of Bath in the UK, but I could set it to, let's have a look, sky, picture of the sky. So there's some preset ones that you can use, but what I like to do is to set my own image for the background that includes a logo. So I set this to image here, which means I've got to set these two fields here, one for portrait mode and one for landscape mode. Obviously, if we were supporting both portrait and landscape, the aspect ratio is different on both. So I need to set the image for both of these to different images, one which is narrow and long, and the other which is, which is the other way around. So back to page settings. So the way I do that is I click on this little eye here, image portrait, and these are the images that are currently loaded into the app, and these came with the app. So I've got to add my own image, which I've put on the camera roll on this iPad. So I've got to get it from the camera roll into the app. So I do that with this little plus button here, which shows me my camera roll. And I can select my image, and that's the one I want here, which is a background with a logo at the top. There we are. And for landscape, I want the same thing really, but I want the orientation to be the other way around. So I think it's this one here. So there we are, we've set our image for portrait and landscape. And if you want to see the sizes that these are, basically it's the same size as an iPad for portrait, iPad and landscape. That's easily found out on the internet. Obviously you've got various sizes of iPads now, various sizes of iPhones, so find the one that's the width and the height that you want, and create your image to that size, the images to that size. Okay, I was expecting it to change there, so what have I done wrong? Oh yes, I didn't set the image here, so I need to set that to image. Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's correct. So basically I needed to set the background to say I want this to be an image, as well as setting the image for portrait and the image for landscape. So there we are, that's our image, and it looks like I've actually selected the wrong one because this is stretched. So let's go back in there. So portrait, I want to be this one. That's more like it. Now you can see that with the background I've chosen, it's hidden here behind this bar, and I could make it so that I just on the image move that down so it became more visible in a lower area of the screen here, or I could just make this form so that it was transparent. And the way I do that is on the form settings, just change the color palette to clear, and that means that that area that was previously had the bar on is now transparent, so I can see my logo quite clearly. Not ideal. I probably would want to just adjust this so that it moves down a little bit, and I can do that with a line break, as you probably know. Let's try a line break of 1, see how that looks. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? So that's how it looks in portrait mode. I'll quickly skip over to landscape. Again, I've selected the wrong image in my landscape. And it's actually that one I wanted. I just got them the wrong way around. That's better, isn't it? There we are. So back to portrait, back to landscape, back to portrait. Everything's looking nice. So there we are. And when I run the form, obviously I can enter my data, and that logo stays nicely at the top, and it works well. So that's background images in FormMaker.